Hey guys, so last weekend I was sick. Okay, got over it. It's been going around my house. I was the last one to get it. I got over it within a few days, but it led to an ear infection. Now I've had an ear infection a time or two. I know what I'm looking for. It's a really common thing that when you get a cold, you have some sort of ear problems. Some of the symptoms, my symptoms, were swelling, pain. It was, yeah, warm, but also too, I had pain coming down into my throat. And I don't like doctors, but that's a whole nother rant. I didn't want to go to a doctor. So what I personally did was at home treatments. Because I've had an ear infection, I know what the hell I'm doing for the most part. I mean, right? We all say that. I'm not 20, so there. For the most part, I know what I'm doing. I use hydrogen peroxide. I've been doing a hydrogen peroxide bath or wash or rinse, whatever you want to call it, for, let's see, today's Saturday. I started feeling these symptoms about last Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. So I've been doing this rinse, bath, wash, whatever, since then for a few days now. So far it's worked. I've also looked at several other opportunities to use at home stuff. I One that I found was garlic oil. To make garlic oil, you cook up some garlic, you make some oil, and you stick it in your ear. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but I'm not going to go out and buy garlic when I already have the hydrogen peroxide. It just seems like a lot of steps to me. I want something fast. I want something easy. So that's what I did. I started doing that wash. It feels a ton better. But that got me thinking. In a survival shit hits the fan type situation, what would you do? How would you, I mean, you got to think. A simple flu, simple cold, a simple freaking cold could kill you. The flu has killed people before. I mean, it happens every year. So a simple cut on your finger could kill you. For example, blood poisoning. It's a real situation. It's a real scenario. So you need, when a shit hits the fan scenario happens, you need to make sure things are clean. Absolutely clean. Rubbing alcohol, Bactine, hydrogen peroxide in this particular case. Another thing that I read about was apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar has antifungal properties in it. So, okay, that works, right? I didn't want the burn, because I've used hydrogen peroxide, or not hydrogen peroxide, but well, yeah, I use that all the time. But the apple cider vinegar as a facial cleanser, it burns. It kind of burns. I did not want that shit in my ear. I didn't want that burning sensation in my ear. Not my idea of a fun time. So I did my hydrogen peroxide bath. I took my cotton ball, hydrogen peroxide, dipped it just like so, really saturated it, got it in there. I took my cotton ball. Woo! Don't mind my initial shock. It's cold. All right, it's cold, and then so you stick it in there, kind of move it around, make sure it really gets in there, and you let it sit for a few minutes. It's gonna bubble. It's gonna get weird. Shit's about to get weird. I personally am kind of used to it by now, but it's always still a shocker. I can feel it bubbling. I can hear it bubbling. It is a very strange sensation. Doesn't really hurt. Doesn't burn. Nothing like that. It just tingles. I don't like that part because it bugs me. I don't like shit in my ears. So that being said, you're supposed to sit down for a few minutes, let it get in there, kind of move it around with your head. I'm just happy the baby went back to sleep. Holy smokes, it's long past his bedtime. Nap time. So after you let it sit in there for a few minutes, you take a clean, dry, for the most part clean, dry Toilet paper, I folded mine up. I took a couple of squares of toilet paper, folded it up, stuck it in there. Wow. So, during my few days of doing this, this rinse, bath, wash, whatever you want to call it, sticking shit in your ear, how's that? At night, what I would do, I would just prop my head up to where I would have an open space, because I love sleeping with a lot of pillows. But anyway, I created this little space so that the fluid could flow out. And also too, so I could get air in there. But for the first, I don't know, day or two, I could not rest my head on a pillow. It hurt so bad. But with constantly doing the hydrogen peroxide rinse in the ear, sticking the shit in your ear, it got better. My hearing got better. And that's another thing that can happen is that it can affect your hearing. Having a ear infection can affect your hearing, of course, if you don't get it treated, if you don't take care of it. So what I recommend that you do is research your essential oils. If you want to jump on that bandwagon, by all means, go for it. I'm not quite sold yet. Also to look at your home remedies, your garlic, your cinnamon, also to honey, hydrogen peroxide. Always keep a bottle of that shit lying about, because that's good. That's good stuff. But also to think about what you want to do. Like I said, the essential oils, the honey, the at-home remedies, using food. But I've also read up on fish mocks and fish antibiotics. I'm really on the fence about that one. I'm still kind of having a hard time with that. But another thing that you may want to think about is, okay, so let's say you do go to the doctor for an infection. You get yourself some antibiotics. You take it up until you feel better, and then you stop taking it. Generally speaking, like, because I've done that before. And I end up having leftovers. And then I would just save my leftovers. Well, in a shit hits the fan scenario, that's great, right? But you also need to keep in mind that some antibiotics expire. Okay, so what do? You take care of your body first. Make sure that your body is, for the most part, in peak working condition. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, exercise. Yeah, it's really, really fucking hard when you have kids, you work full time, maybe you go to school. My husband actually goes to school full time. He actually technically has 2 jobs. He's working on a business that he's starting up with his partner, flipping houses, and he's also an electrician. Me personally, I just work full time, and I've got the kids the rest of the time. We have extracurricular activities. I have my karate. So it's hard. I know the scheduling is hard. It is. The struggle is real. But you got to make time to take care of yourself. Bottom line, you have to take care of yourself. I mean, that's important in all types of situations. If you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? You know, nobody. Especially in a shit hits the fan situation. So there's some things to think about. Absolutely, hydrogen peroxide, and it's just the Kroger brand. It's nothing special. It doesn't need to be name brand. But essential oils, using garlic, etc. Maybe going and stockpiling your antibiotics, your prescription antibiotics. But then again, you got your superbug. Okay, so there's all kinds of problems. Fish mocks, again, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around all that. But long story short, keep your body healthy. Again, it's the best thing that you can do for you and your family. So that's just a little bit of what I'm going through. I refuse to go to a doctor. I hate fucking doctors. But that's another, again, another rant. From what I've read, you can fix most ailments at home. Think about what our ancestors did. Think about what our ancestors went through. They lived. So we need to research this shit ourselves, know our bodies, our own body. I can't tell you what to eat and drink and, you know, how much and what you're going to need. You need to figure that out on your own. So thanks guys for watching. I hope my little rant was somewhat helpful. My ear infection is pretty much gone. Granted, I've been doing it for a few days. Okay, been doing it for a few days. It ain't gonna happen overnight. But just take care of yourselves. Thanks.